All right. Yeah, this is looking good. I can really see you made some nice animation improvements. I think at the end there, it's looking a little weird. Like this step looks a little funny. I think what would help, one thing that would help with that is shifting the root. Oh yeah, double check your hand. Your hand does seem to be penetrating the floor there a bit. So just check the rotation of your hand. See that the fingers going through the floor. It could be you just animated the fingers there. I'm not sure, but just check that. And you might want to get a little bit more going on with the neck when he stands up. Um, Maybe he kind of jerks his neck up a little bit to kind of help him stand. And yeah, that looks really weird. So what would help is to shift the root over this leg a little bit while he makes that step because that step looks funny. And also just make sure there's other stuff moving in his pose because I think, yeah, that just the rest of the body looks pretty frozen there. Maybe there's a change in his arm poses as well at that last bit. So yeah, just that last little bit could use a little bit more attention. Shift the root over the foot carrying the weight um, when you do the step, and try to get a little bit more like arm and spine movement in the last pose. Doesn't have to be big, but enough to make them feel alive. As far as your kind of lighting render, yeah, I think we'll we're going to do an oral render next anyways, so we can focus on the. There's definitely you can definitely do a transparency map to get these working with like a Lambert or whatever. But since we're doing an Arnold render next anyways, let's just try and troubleshoot all that stuff that you mentioned in the Arnold render, and I think don't worry about it for this one. I think the lighting you've got has a pretty good look to it. This being a hardware render, you do want to make sure the character's on smooth preview for this, both this and for the Arnold render. So right now, when you select the surface and hit 3, make sure to do that. But yeah, overall looking pretty good.